everyone, my name is Abimbola Giwa and I have with me
Nana Edu Hagan.
And today we will be discussing a very interesting topic. We would be trying to defend and, defend who is a better salesperson between male or female. Obviously, I'll be taking the female side.
And I will be taking the male part.
Yes, I hope I win.
I'm surely going to win. A better listener is a man. It's obviously a man.
No. But I'll let you finish.
Okay. Because women are double-minded. If you read a book by Dr. Anne Amos and David Jessel, okay, that talks about brain sex, talks about the woman being double-minded and then the man being single-minded. That gives the man the edge over the woman when it comes to the male salesperson over the female salesperson when it comes to listening. Because if a woman is double-minded, can easily be distracted. Whilst when the male person or the male salesperson is single-minded, makes him more focused and puts him in a better advantage. And that gives him the edge to be able to listen and know what the client or the prospect needs to be able to close a sales deal.
Okay, I'm going to disagree with you on that one. I mean, let me ask you this question. Just naturally, let's just even leave sales aside. Who do you feel listens more? Like, just in a traditional home setting, who listens more, the man or the woman?
In the traditional home setting, I
need you to be honest.
The man is usually under a lot of stress and under pressure.
Oh, really? That's not even the answer to my question. I just need you to say, who is the better listener in the home, the man or the woman?
It's a man.
But you were just about to say the man is under a lot of stress.
Yes, I was coming to a point.
Okay.
The kind of pressure or the kind of stress that men face, okay, on a day-to-day basis. If we are going by what you are saying, the traditional home setting, then the woman going through that stress, being double-minded, will not be patient. Women easily lose it compared to men because a man has a lot of things to handle, a lot of things to carry, okay, as in inverted commas, a lot of things to carry.
Okay, so what I'm going to say is I agree with you that men like to compartmentalize, they like to focus on one thing at a time. But then the beautiful thing about women is we can multitask, right? So
I beg to differ.
I can be listening to you, I can be thinking of, solving another problem somewhere, and then it does not mean that I'm not listening to what you're saying.
But at that moment,
listen to me. Let me finish, Nana. Okay. So the thing is, women are better listeners than men. It is proven anywhere, and I'm sure you agree with me. I just think it's because for the purpose of this argument.
No.
Well, I'm going to have to give it to Nana this time around. I feel like women they're very disciplined about their work-life balance. So when it comes to taking work calls after work hours, they will not do it. The men will most likely, take the calls of their prospects at very odd hours. They're more flexible to bend to the schedule of their prospects than women.
So I'm glad at least we agree on one thing. That men, when it comes to flexibility, you give it to men because we are able to, even at odd hours, still, though sometimes annoying, we are still able to answer phone calls. We are able to still keep business running, whilst the feminine gender or a woman salesman or saleswoman, salesperson happens to tend to bond with family and friends, the duties of the house and all those.
Which is actually the right thing to do.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a very interesting question. In sales, or even generally, I think women are more resourceful than men. I mean, what does resourcefulness mean? It basically means finding clever and quick ways to solve a problem, to find a solution to a problem. And you would agree with me that women like to think on their feet. You said earlier that we are all over the place, we're thinking of this, thinking of that. It's because we're trying to solve different many problems at the same time, and we succeed at it. So if you ask me, in sales, women are more resourceful. This customer is telling us their need, we're thinking of the perfect solution to their need. This customer is saying this, we're thinking of it at the same time. So women are more resourceful.
I beg to differ.
Do not agree with me.
I beg to differ, because when it comes
to
when it comes to networking, in a book by Bulky and Moore, okay, you read that book, you would know more that when it comes to networking, men are able to
Are you sure?
network more.
Are
But
you
when
sure?
it comes to making,
But then
I'm coming. I allowed you. When it comes to creating contacts, women are very smart when it comes to making contacts.
Yeah.
But it's difficult for a woman or the female salesperson to maintain that contact for long.
Because of reasons. It's a very tricky situation for women most of the time, especially when dealing with the opposite gender, because you're making these contacts because you want to close sales, but then this other person is thinking of something else. So when we start to get that vibe from that person, we just drop it and move on to serious people. That's just why.
No, that's not it. Because even if you read that book, you will know that even in situations of they dealing with their own gender, okay, I'm not being a feminist. I'm not being against the feminism, okay. But when it comes to dealing with their own gender and keeping contacts, it's quite difficult for them. It's quite difficult for the female gender to keep contacts for long. That has been scientifically proven. Okay.
I think we're still saying the same thing.
No, we are not. We are not. So in this case, in this case, that puts the male salesperson at an advantage, because sales is not always a 1 day thing, a 1 week thing. Okay, sometimes you can talk to a client for a month, a year, sometimes 6 months before closing a sales with that person. Okay.
Well.
So it's consistency. That's ability to consistently
keep in touch.
Yes.
Better negotiator. I mean,
growing up.
Okay.
Well, I would say that spending most of my time, my childhood, with my grandmother, with my mother, I realized one thing, that women, when it comes to pricing, okay, generally, I'm not even talking about negotiation, like in terms of sales or real estate, okay, in our industry. I'm talking about a general thing that comes to women. I'm giving it to women this time.
Thank you.
So in this case, okay, a situation where even for me to price something, I would rather prefer my spouse, my wife, handling the pricing, okay, than pricing it myself. So when it comes to negotiation, I think women learn it on a day-to-day basis.
Interaction.
While they are growing up, going to the market, pricing tomatoes, pricing onions, pricing this, pricing that, and that gives them the edge over the male salesperson. So I leave it to you.
Okay, you will be surprised, but I say it differently, because when a woman is trying to negotiate, the price of a property with a man, I feel like men always feel like women are trying to take advantage of them. Yes, but then they try to bully them out of the price. It only takes a very smart saleswoman to know that you have to stand your ground and actually say, okay, this is the cost of this property and this is the cost of this property. So yeah, in between. But
are you saying that in some cases, the men or the male sales are
better negotiators
than the
because
than the
they're
female.
able to stand their ground and say, okay, no, I mean, this is the price of this property and that's it.
Okay.
Yeah. So
okay.
This was a good run.
I think we should do this. We should do this another time.
Sure, definitely.
We'll
I
take our
hope
time and do this
I
another
hope
time.
you enjoyed it. We'll be back in your faces some other time. Thank you very much for watching us. Bye bye.